And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, I'm Tom Vasel, and today we're taking a look at cat crimes. Cat crimes, who's to blame? The logic game. Well, the good news here is it's definitely a cat to blame, but I could have told you that. This is a logic solitaire puzzle type thing from ThinkFun. Of course, ThinkFun, that's what they're best known for. They make these different puzzles. This is very similar to the logic puzzles that you might find at the grocery store if you get the logic puzzle books, where it will go through and say, Sam's middle name was Bob, and he had a hamburger, and then John ate dinner next to the person who had the hot dog, and you figure them out with X's and stuff. This is a very similar idea here, except here you are moving cats around a table, trying to figure out which cat is seated where, so that you might determine who committed the cat crime. So here we have the table. And there's a lot of things on the table that could be messed up. Maybe someone will knock over the plant, or dump the fish bowl, or mess with the yarn, or spill the coffee, or eat the bird, or ruin the shoes. And what you're going to do is you're going to be going through a card and trying to figure out who is the guilty cat. So we have beginner cards, intermediate, advanced, expert, 40 cards in the game. So let's take a look here at this one here, the beginner card. This one's the easiest. But it kind of gives you an idea of how the game works. So the shoes, we just put this token here. That token's just there to show if the person sitting in front of that is the guilty cat. So each thing that you sit in front of has two clues. So here we have a paw print and a bell. Here we have catnip and a claw. There's two of each clue, so there's a claw here and a claw here, catnip here, bell, bell, etc. And so you're going to be using the clues on the card to figure out where things are. This says Mr. Mittens and Pipsqueak were upstairs sleeping. So that means both of them are not in this scenario. It leaves the other four cats. Tomcat was sitting in front of the catnip and sock. So catnip and sock's here, so Tomcat is right there. Sassy was across from Tomcat, so Sassy is directly across. Ginger was sitting next to the fish bowl. So next to could be here or here, so I need to figure out which one of those that Ginger's in. Duchess was sitting to the left of Sassy. So Duchess is to Sassy's left, so Duchess is here. Ginger's next to the fishbowl, that puts Ginger here. Now that one seems really easy, and it is. You can then turn it over and see if we're correct. What? It was Ginger, and then it shows you where everyone's supposed to be sitting, and lo and behold, it's the same way I have it. But they can get much harder. You see in the expert, Tomcat was not sitting next to Mr. Mittens. Only cat with white paws. Whoa, now I gotta check their paws. So, I see Mr. Mittens has white paws, and Pipsqueak does not. We're sitting in front of mice. Ginger was sitting across from a cat wearing a bow. Pipsqueak was sitting across from a cat with white paws. Mr. Mutton was sitting 3 seats from Duchess. And you figure that out, and then you can find out who swallowed the fish. And so you're going to just use logic and deduction to figure out where the cats are sitting. And that's how you play. So the board here is made up of 2 parts. It's interesting because I like the board, but it's kind of weird that they have this table here. You want to put the cats here, but their stands don't let them stay there, so you have to put them next to the board. The cats are really big with their stands, which is kind of nice, but it also means they fall over really quickly, and I'm moving them around a lot. I don't know. I just wish the cats were a little bit more sturdy. They fall over. I do like the artwork on the cats, though. That works well. The cards are pretty easy, going through the different steps and all, and the solution, when you see exactly where everything is, it's very clear. I like that. It doesn't actually show you how to walk through each step of the way, which I kind of wish was there. But the rule book also is really clear on what the different clues mean. So if you're not sure, you can put those there. It also has a biography of each cat in case you care about that. But for the most part, it's good components. Everything fits nicely into a plastic insert in the box. Alright, cute theme. These cats are doing bad things. After playing it for a while, I'm like, why would anyone even own these 6 cats? They seem to be constantly causing trouble. But as I said at the beginning, this really is reminiscent of those logic puzzles. I really like those puzzles. I like sitting there and Xing off the different things and using this clue to help work with this clue. As you saw, the one that I explained was extremely easy. they do get more difficult for sure. I think they're solvable, and one of the nice things is if all else fails, you can just kind of put the cats out and say, does this satisfy the requirements? No, it doesn't. Okay, well then I can move them around a little bit. But if you follow the clues, and it's a good way, especially since this theming is going to appeal to kids, and this is ages 8 and older, it's a good way to introduce them to this more deductive reasoning. If this cat is here, it cannot be here. If this cat is between these two cats, therefore it must go here. If this cat is across from this, and the cats are distinctive, they have these distinctive things, there's things on the table. It just works really well. I don't think it ever gets out of one's grasp, and you can just play through each of these one at a time. So I like it. It's very similar to a lot of the ThinkFun puzzles. It also, like I said, it could be brute force where you just move stuff around until you figure it out. But the best way is to follow the clues. And while it works for adults too, this is something I had fun sitting around and figuring out where the cats were. I think its best thing is to teach kids how to get into this logic and figuring out from clues a final answer. I love stuff like that. Dice Tower Judgment approved.